Alright. Listen, I'll stop playing this game when I get the Magatana thingy. Maybe. I just want to bust up some Cyclops, but it won't let me. Alright. Let's finish up this fucking trial that it's been 2 days since I've... 3 days since I've worked on it. Alright, February 25th, 1206 District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. What happened last time? Anyways. Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Wait, stick to Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all on duty. Huh? I think I may have... Did I select the wrong one? I selected the trial former, didn't I? I take it Lana's having you run errands again? There we go, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. The fucking bitch. What kind of flex is this? Here, it's a book for children on law. If I ever become a lawyer, that's what I'm gonna do to the fucking prosecutor. I was talking about this just the other day. You must know 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? No, I don't think so. On account of the fact that I'm pretty sure I've done that before. You can at least study some evidence law, really. Yeah, I mean, what are you, a lawyer? Chief Prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? No, a massage. I can't do it. You're planning to take him on. Gonna need this book. Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. From the Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. Let's take a look at it. Unnecessary evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. Alright, no, the book will do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the Chief Prosecutor's sentence. That's for your own, Detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? It's because the legal system is biased. The truth is that she's not going to jail at all. She's a fucking prosecutor, and nobody ever punishes prosecutors for anything. Only ever the fucking defense! The real trial today hasn't begun yet. Better fucking get started soon. It's the fucking latter part of the final fucking day. What? What else is left? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Well, it shouldn't be. Maybe a little damaged, but like, come on. Can he get away with like a slap on the wrist? And Sky found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. We're gonna take him into court, strip him naked. Let everyone see all those things he's self-conscious about. No, my body rolls. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Yep, gotta find that truth. I'll kill 1,000 orphans to get the truth. Alright. Is there anywhere I can put this little thingamabob I'm mixing my coffee with? Just to get out of the way. This coffee doesn't taste very good. Maybe I should have just left it black instead of adding an insufficient amount of creamer to it. Yeah. It's just got a weird aftertaste. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Alana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Are you done being a little poo-poo baby? The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, masochist. Only this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. See, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness. I didn't say that. So you see, everyone has been talking and, very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. Oh, I can do that, yeah. Felix is like, wait, I can call witnesses? Yes, Mr. Wright, you... What? Sorry, did you pass the bar exam? There'll be no there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Why? The defense can call witnesses. What are you talking about? There is precedent. It's called the law. Defense attorneys can call witnesses. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement. Not really. A very effective one. You prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say that I've always had the ability to do this. I just fucking didn't for some stupid reason. Unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright. Do you realize this is your last chance? If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls... I'm finally going to bring out the real murderer. Ah, fuck me. It's gotta be Gant, right? Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? Well, the story seems to be implying he's the killer, so fuck it. As the defense's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. God, I hate him. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? Yes, he's quite dashing. True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Dude, just change your hairstyle. The little fucking lightning bolt's that big of a deal. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What's this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation, sir. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto, what's with the grim face? Well, you see, Gant, I have been swimming lately. My God! I'm ruined! First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Mostly, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Well, okay, the role you played in all this. I would, I give Phoenix Lana shit. I wouldn't be able to do this shit myself. Some bouncy ass fucking hair. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. Alright, is that a threat? You're aware, of course, that the chief of police has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Is that a threat? Weapons? Yeah, like shotguns. Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? That's stupid. I'm afraid so. Chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, I'm watching you. Always. If this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. The SL9 incident. First, I'm concerning myself with the coffee incident. Yeah, I think I used bad water. Water filter needs to be fucking replaced. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she'd already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Yeah, I knew that would be the murder weapon. I just didn't know when it was the murder weapon. That's a little tidbit from last time. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. Dark bumped his head. I see, everything seems pretty clear cut. The police chief has the right to refuse to testify. Then I'd better hit him hard and fast. SL9 incident. Questioning him that day. How far does this system go? Alright. Alright, press! As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Right, no ceremony! Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a alcoholic. I mean, workaholic. Joining his award, Neil's all fired up too. Alright. I'm fucking caffeinated. Let's go. I'm ready to fucking fight this guy. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. So short we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. We don't have any emergency systems that could stop an elevator. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when he went that night, and that knife went into his heart, though. That's not funny. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Did you say you didn't? No, whatever. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. I'm very happy when you say that. That's weird. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Because it was different than how you said it was, bitch. Because the victim's body had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. We'll have to arrest that son of a bitch. I knew Armory wasn't a good fellow. I just didn't want to believe it. Yes. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office. That's exactly what I'm saying, bitch. I understand how Lana must have felt when moving a body and hiding evidence, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, stare at these nuts. Better off staring at the court record. Worthy, always a smooth talker. Whoa, hold on, was Edgeworth trying to hit on me just there? What? I don't know. I suppose he is rather flamboyant. But which piece of evidence ties Grant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence. That can't be the whole truth. Somehow I got to link Gantz to the incident. And they were questioning him that day. Alright, let's look at all this evidence. I got a fucking shit ton of it. Cheesecake evidence bears Emma Sky's prints. That's probably... That might be it, but I want to see if there's something more specific, more hard, concrete. Let me see. Yeah, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that on account of the fact that I don't know where it's from. Gantz, Lana, and Neil. Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. Knife tip was in the wound. Grounds for the Joe Dark killings. Dark crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Victims: Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Head prosecutor Marley Rose, witness lost Sky. Oh, Sky. Investigator David Gant, lost Sky. Head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigator Jake Marshall, Angel Starr. Investigator David Gant, last Sky. Investigators Jake Marshall, Angel Starr. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. That's from the current case. It's also the current case. I still feel like luminol fluid should have been used on that jar instead. That would have made a lot more sense than just trying to write it up. Thin rubber glove. Don't think that's useful. That's different. Submitted to the chief of police. These are all who entered the evidence room. 212. That's for the current case. That's a tool. There's Simmons muffler. Current case. Current case. Current case. Victims memo. One iPhone died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. That's the current case. Current case. Toolbox. Shit, I don't know if that's anything hard. So he did choose to remove that, but no, that's explainable. Shit. No question that day. That checks out. Is there anything that tracks Lana? forgery. It seems like it could be it. Alright, I got it. You claimed you had nothing to do with the forgery. So when I was talking about don't use your first answer, I am way too goddamn high. Hold on a minute. A little bit lower, a little bit lower. Alright. Remember last time I said always choose your first answer? Well, my first answer was the fucking fingerprints. So, don't worry about what you choose. You'll get it fucking wrong anyways. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. That's the list Emma Sky drew her pictures on. This was discovered in your desk, and it was definitely obtained legally. It was definitely obtained lawfully. Lawfully. Not only that, but a piece of this jar was sitting on your office. It was found inside your safe that we also legally looked into. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, we got fucking illegally obtained evidence, which makes it completely unadmissible in court. Fuck. These articles of evidence uncovered in your these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, shit. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. Well, I beat him several times. So you admit it then, that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? What do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, because fuck you. You were the one who snuck my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Oh, he is so fucking fired! Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence you found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. I'm not a kid. I'm older than you. Guilty. Gant, you're guilty. Just for that. Everyone else is innocent. You're guilty of everything. Let's see. What was it now? A jar, fragment, and a list. Well, I know. You could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'll participate in forgery. Arranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. I mean, I would have just destroyed them, but, you know how it is. Mr. Wright. Yeah, you're on. Investigating the crime scene. You should have been more careful to observe protocol. For example, the fucking Constitution. You should understand that if you unlawfully obtain evidence, then you fucking can't put it into court. What? But then again, you've done that already, so fuck it. A precedent has been set. Mr. Wright is immune to all laws except when he's not. You understand that you do understand that I'm chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Not if you go to jail before there are consequences. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. Apologies, Chief. Would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? I'm tired. God, I've had to fucking. There's a child. Good God. Today is, well, you know. All right, Oji. In turn, though. I know. That place, right? What? That place, just underneath the tip. All right. What are these guys? Telepathic? Evidence and forgery. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. Well, fuck you, bitch! What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cap... I'll have you know that I'm the one who murdered Goodman. How about that? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you did carry the evidence, can you? Also, I'd like to... Jesus Christ, animal abuse. I'd like to have you convicted for animal abuse. If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Wright's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, then they would prove his investigation was illegal. Grr. Never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Anyway, you can't prove when these pieces of evidence were discovered. If my prints are inside your safe, then they were definitely discovered in there. Actually, no, he's saying that I planted them. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, bitch. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. The drawing was made. They were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day Dark was sentenced. And wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. That something I don't know. Come now, Righto. Think about it. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. You would if you're a moiderer. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Like this. I didn't do it. Look at this, see? Eyes are closed. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neo? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. In the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant. At the very least, there is one large benefit you'd reap from all this. Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. Resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That itself is sufficient motive. Ho, ho, ho. Oh. That's a good one. Damn it, why is Santa Claus always the murderer? Huh? You really think I'm that incompetent? Yes! Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. Resolution of the SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? I don't know. I'm a prosecutor. That's police business. Yes, he was when he made chief anyways. Gah! Be careful pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible finger pointing. God damn it, you're pointing too. Only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. You didn't do it for yourself. Then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. That's definitely good for your character. There it is, out in the open now. I'm an asshole. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. It wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. I don't give a fuck about anybody. Adults, children, fuck them. Fuck them all. Women, men, hate them. Honestly, fuck everybody. I took this job so I can put people in fucking prison. I don't care who they are. Fuck them. You're right. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. You're tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho ho ho! That's a good one, Worthy. That's a fucking good one. That's a really fucking good one, Worthy, huh? Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, he would have helped someone out. Shit. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're possibly determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? He wasn't there. And a good man. Detective Criminal Affairs. Stop. Let's get clean by the sky. Her. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye? The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who wouldn't want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? As for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SLN incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. Oh shit. But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Yes! Damn it, you got me! Don't you take my fuzzy bottom from me, or my Chester Charlie! I'll wring your necks with their strings. Oh wait, you must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. I'm starting to understand that Dubus Goobus animation. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her. Right on, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. Do you want to fucking die? Because I can make that happen, bitch. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying I've done such a thing? Well, no, because you're controlling her. Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. Lana, your sister's going to jail. Just testify. At this point, just do it. Like, let me tell you something, Lana. I will make sure she gets shanked in prison. That's a way to get her on my side, isn't it? There's no way she'd testify against Grant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? We're kind of dealing with two. Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. It's almost as if it's almost as if someone has been controlling her. Well there, you better watch your tongue. I'll cut it out. I don't want you to get hurt. That's a threat. That's another threat. Threats, threats, threats. And the judge just lets them happen. I'm kind of at an angle, aren't I? Hang on a minute, let me sit up straight. Nope, that's not sitting up straight. Let me just set. Oop. Don't worry, I'm just invisible. Don't mind me. Just, guess that's about as good as it's gonna get. Oh, wrong one. There we are. Alright. Back to business. So what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gaines is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Again, conjecture. Proof? Mr. Wright, you got proof of that? Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. No. This is an affront to the highest rank officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easier to understand language. Oh, thank you. Just put the blame on me, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, you're a very nice guy, Mr. Wright. I'm thankful. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Might as well just give it a shot. Look at my evidence real quick. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. It better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Ah, shit. Albert. No toolbox, blood, no prints. Record of parking in the prosecutor's office. Entered blind. Alright. Anything evidence on the murder, PD. Death due to loss of blood when knife wound died within an hour at 4 p.m. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. Muffler was heard in the coma. The parking lot with Edward's car. Star after the crime was committed. No shit, but found crime scene right up in this muffler. Small tag attached. Solution for a scientific investigation. Find the blood. No traces. Spray to use. That's one possibility. Fingerprints. If it's either going to be the blood stain or it's handprint blood stain or this. Against request. Goodman's last item report. Rubber glove. Unstable jar. Motionless fingerprints. Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. Panels from the Judd Dark Cameras from 2 years ago. Neil's autopsy. Gantt team picture. List of evidence he has on examples found in Gantt's desk. Cloth. Back here. Alright, I've got a little wiggle room, so this was the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There's one ID card on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. That's 7 sevens. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your card number. Is it your card number? Oh, is it? The easy way to figure that out, is it your fucking card number? Show us your card. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gantt's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean? I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7 sevens. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gantt. Oh, that's a new animation. He's pissed. Alright, Gantt, motherfucker. You hear that? You hear that? That cornered music? That's cornered playing. That's the song that plays when I'm winning. Chief Gantt, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Order! Order! Chief Gantt, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense's search of my office was a violation of regulations. Wasn't a violation of regulations. And I would demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gantt, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. It's the same place for me. You see that little white... that yellow stain, and also the white stain in the corner? That was me. What you gonna do about it, bitch? Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Oh, well, of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gantt? I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This parola's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gantt met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gantt on the day of the crime. Proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gantt on the day of the crime. I would say the glove, since it was wedged in, and would have had to have been opened. Trace the victim's blood, no prints. check. So we know that that was. Can only be submitted to the chief of police. That's all earlier case stuff. Going back to the. Anything else more concrete? From on to handwriting evidence for the past case brought back to his office by Gant's request. Chief of Police, Senior Detective PD. Anything else that's better than that? Guess it's the tape. That's all I can think of. Must be something much else than this. On that day, Goodman had to go to the chief camp. Sorry to interrupt your mumblings. The court is waiting. Shit. Oops. Why don't you come meet with me tomorrow? Perhaps we could write up your letter of termination. Regardless, you did see Detective Goodman that day. In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the Goodman reached on that day of the crime. Shit. Ah, fuck. I want the prosecutor's office crime scene. Death due to loss of blood. One knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Victim's room found in the car trunk. Word and was overheard during the call made to Emma at 15. With the car, there's gotta be something here. Victim's shoe. don't have time to... There's 3 different things that could be what I'm thinking. But I don't have the wiggle room to check them all. Fuck, I'm at a loss. To meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Maybe this? This? Alright, I got it. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Alright, I almost used a walkthrough. I almost did it. My perfect record of winning the final case by myself never existed, because I've done it only with 2. My streak continues. Not a perfect record. I've definitely won past final trials with the walkthrough. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. You can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes. To transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're trying to say, what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait. Chief Titness didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Judge, fucking be impartial, bastard. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Now that you mention it, sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No! Damn! Holy shit, Gant. Chill the fuck out. You get struck by lightning? Chief Gant, you did it. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime for one in their right mind. Would choose the police department as a place to commit them. Wait, what? Would choose police department. Did I say one in their mind or no one? What did I say? After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. Everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just order an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. All this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief move the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Well, let's double check everything else just to make fucking sure. I don't know if I'm in the car trunk. What was overheard during the call made, Emma? Attach. Solution used for scientific solution. Okay, so Edgeworth's. Didn't really well. And the only thing here that could move a body is this. This is how he moved Ted Goodman's body. A parking stub? That's it, he carried it using the parking stub. It's a very big parking stub. With Miles Edgeworth. You mean the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Without Edgeworth's knowledge. You mean I carried the victim's body? Oh, God! Precisely so. But wait, even you know, I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day. But you did return. Tell me why. Oh, God damn it. I was giving a man a blowjob! I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Oh, shit. So you see, what you were really taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? He just fucking runs at me, tries to kill me. Only one plausible explanation. Transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! 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 What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It's exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the... It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time's up. Just pulls out a bomb. My time's up. Sorry, Wright-o, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. I don't fucking care. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier. A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Well, if I'm going to be fucking charged for murder, I could care less about the risks. So you're just going to run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you have any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think that I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of the body? Do I have any concrete proof? Yeah. I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor, I do have such evidence. Then please hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better be proved G. Kent murdered Goodman beyond a shadow of the doubt. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. Goodman's ID that was stolen. Traces the victim's blood. No prints. That was used by Lana. Time within an hour and a half, 4 p.m. Parking lot with Edgeworth's car. The crime was committed. No shoes, but traces of blood from Goodman on the sky. Muffler, small tag attached. That might be it. Let's take a look at everything else, though. Entered the evidence room on Coach fingerprints and handprints. File. Evidence from the case of Edgeworth's brought back to his office by Gates' request. Bruce Goodman's lost item report. Only be submitted to the chief of police. Evidence from the plans. Tagged evidence from the SL9 incident exchanged with an open love. Unstable. This is all SL9 shit. This? So it's proof. That's whether or not it's some guilt. I'll let you be the judge, but I am the judge. Alright. What do you think, Your Honor? Shit. You're late for lunch. Shit. So that's not enough. Please, Your Honor. Give me just a little longer to consider. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Doing again, Mr. Police. Shit. Will not tolerate any accusations based on that homework proof. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. We need concrete proof. Goodman made disguise close to his body. Do I have any concrete proof? Present evidence. Okay, that's 2 hits. I always lose them in pairs. Edward's car. Shit. Scene of stabbing a detective. PD. Knife. Shit. I got 3 more chances. I don't know. Oh shit. Take my that already presented. Fuck. I am fucking lost. There's no concrete evidence. These motherfuckers didn't wear fucking clothes all the time. Okay, 2 years. Where weapon usage? Toolbox. Trace solutions, blood, no prints. Enter lot at 5:12 p.m. Muffler heard during a call. Fuck. Taking commit and we'll show switchblade knife. Fuck me. Alright. Okay, this is my, unless I got another case. Right. Alright, I think so fuck. This better not be another case of the right fucking thought, just the wrong fucking piece. Alright. Let's look this shit up. Fucking streak is broken. Fuck. So that was the option. I fucking protest this. I think that's bad. Like that, this whole fucking game series has made it fucking clear that you never pick this kind of an option. You always push forward. So you're showing out, I'm not even sure myself. No, Your Honor, at present, I have no conclusive evidence. COG? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, RG, I'll leave the rest to you. That's what it fucking showed me. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to senior officer of our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. I protest this fucking decision made by the developers. This is stupid. Never once throughout the entirety of the fucking series that I can remember, at least, was this ever the right decision. You never just let shit happen. That's the fucking thing of Phoenix Wright. God damn it, you don't just let shit happen. You always say no. I object. I will show you the evidence. I refuse. It's dumb. In this absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is to proof of testimony. The Chief Gain has invoked his right to refuse testimony. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor, the defense calls forth. Yep, and it's got to be Lana Skye. The defendant, Miss Lana Skye? She also has the right to refuse testimony. Mr. Wright, what the fuck are you doing? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task, to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now... Hold on! Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Well, listen good, Lana. Stuck to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. Yeah, just fucking influence our witnesses. Thank you. I don't know that what you're doing is legal, Gant. I don't think you're allowed to do that. In fact, I think that incriminates you for doing shit like this. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty by Marshall's murder. Ah, this isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyways, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Well, that probably wasn't legal, but alright. Okay, if there aren't any further objections. This court is now in recess. Alright, hopefully I get more health. Alright, February 25th. 2 District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 12. We'll love to see it. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe? I'm not a detective anymore. I was fucking fired. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top not a girl you used to work with. Could you mean? Oh god, I don't know if you're qualified for that. Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to test. It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Slow down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. But Chief, that is not a right to be government revoked. There are certain risks to being considered. Risks? What do you mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, he gets castrated. The opposite also is true. I mean, he forfeits the right to say anything too. Ah, you're alive! Emma, are you okay? Nope, I'm going to jail for murder. Thanks, fucking Mr. Wright. I came to. I was in the medical office. I'm listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now there's blood on my hands. I know how it feels. And it feels so good. Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. Must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall on purpose. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. Not blame anyone. Blame society. Yeah, always blame society. Never take any accountability for anything that happens. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked up Mr. Marshall. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Now we get back. It's time for the final act. Alright, let me see. That's all set up. Okay, everything looks good. Alright. I'll bring it back. It's time for the final act. Okay, hopefully I'll get more HP. Emma, why didn't you wait to... No, I'm going with you. Shit, I need more caffeine. No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Ah, shit. Damn it, I thought this was the last fucking section. Save your progress up to this point. Yep. Transformer. Yep. Alright, let's go. In we go. February fucking bullshit, yep. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? Your Honor, this is illegal. My constitutional rights. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. No? What? Provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth. No matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Also, I'm definitely going to jail, so stop protecting me. It's too late. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. With the ends in your testimony, you're the only chance we have to get Gant. Now you see, I sucked his cock. And you should too. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Stinks of perjury. Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana, we've got evidence to suggest you might not be sure. If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yes, there's no time to start second-guessing myself. Yeah, she's probably screaming in agony because of that giant fucking knife in her neck. Surprisingly, we haven't noticed until now. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Gant and the fabrication. It's been Gant for years. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Alright. Detective Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. Hang on a minute. I personally saw them testify on numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damien Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. You don't know that! Nuh-uh. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And realized. Awesome. Maybe I kind of can get my streak going. Just as long as it's the very last portion of the trial. Well, I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. What she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's the only situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it was my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Yes, I'll tell you what, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Drake? Dark? It's even Drake. Hang on a minute, I gotta... Real quick. Shit. Fuck. I can deal with that later. Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh. That was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She shouldn't have covered up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Broke up the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound, then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. Maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others. Planting the knife is obvious. Why did you move the body? You showed up on the scene. Where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. The body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? Because if that is simple. Let's have the witness explain it in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. Pieces of the jar shattered during the events threatened my plan. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was all ready. Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? The jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. My motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene? Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. You're so desperate to hide the fact. You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister is lying. So she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Gotta get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Can I ask the other question? Why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Alright, well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Miss Scott fabricated the knife. I knew the tip of the weapon buried in its body would be all the proof I needed. Shit, I lost the fucking... According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife is a murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I thought the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you... So, you buried it inside the victim's stab wound. Yes, because I hated Dark for what he did. Hmm? Alright, let's get this back over to the jar. Let's see why one replaces the other in the testimony. There. Plan. Jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was all ready. Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Okay, then Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. Let's see. What's the matter, Ella? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction. Somewhere. Josh should. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Okay, let's look at this shit. Emphasis was found against deaths. Okay. Okay. I must have still been alive. Oh, shit. Yep. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. I'm not. I know that's. I kind of know I'm on the right track. There's a couple of things. There's a couple of arguments to be made with this jar. I'm not sure about any of them, but I guess Phoenix is gonna make the right one. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forger at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? Now with the truth, if that truth is exposed now, the past 2 years of your life, well, I've been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring everyone's attention on a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Yep, but it had to have been... The words on it had to have been written prior to the shattering. Or prior to the event. Well, yeah, prior to the shattering also, but yeah. It was written on there when it was in one piece. Do you have a problem with that? It's simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, Buskier must have written it in his final moments. Even so, and this is where the contradiction lies. For the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Ah! He couldn't have written down his name in the shadow jar. Order! Order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. You may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, seems that you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue our testimony. Jar and message of blood. I merely noticed the blood traces in the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm not sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't Chief Prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Jar and message in blood. Merely noticed blood traces in the jar. Okay, so the jar was already broken. Liar! It's a miracle that the thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Excuse me? But not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. Why was it dark, huh? Oh wait. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. No, you do that for me? Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened on the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I'd destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. I'm afraid this actually reveals what really happened. What do you mean? You really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall? You wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lona, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. The detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. I think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. I think the contradiction is in that you got every last piece. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident, no doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. No contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this for the right way. I think I've finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. You notice the blood traces in the jar. Okay. But it was dark in the room. I didn't have time to check it out. You say to wipe away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. I can think about was having been painful to discover. Alright, that's the contradiction. Alright. Yep. Gotcha. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals the truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. Something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. She lied. I mean, on the night the prosecutor marshal was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Oh, shit. But couldn't the defendant simply have missed a piece? Nope. This piece has a handle on it. Hard to miss. I'm afraid that's unlikely. Pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. Excuse me. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day. Not a very good argument, Judge. Looking for my dentures. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? Dentures, they were in my mouth all along. Huh, can you believe that? Okay, that's what he said. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When its witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that! There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking. Chief Gant, at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? To conceal the evidence. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Well, I don't know. I don't know who makes arguments. I'm just a judge. No! I'm just a judge. What? Why are you asking me to make arguments? You're the attorneys. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. David Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. I think the judge panicked a little bit there. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence, I think. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterward? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped create evidence that incriminated Dark. Sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. Sparing Emma, therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the Chief's puppet. Oh, dude. Mama, you're gonna hurt yourself. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't want you to suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up their most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Damn. Fucking leave me alone, bitch. I'm just doing my job. Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. What the fuck? Judge! How many times have I won? How many times have I proven people innocent and got the fucking culprit? Put some respect on old Phoenix's name, man. Damn. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana. Maybe right after all. What do you mean, Wright? Are you throwing? What's happening? So you do tell foul lies with him, Mr. Wright? Yes! Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. I remember specifically stabbing him in the back. Oh shit. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. Something to be afraid of anymore. It's literally all over. Your sister will go to jail. Like, this cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright then. The witness may testify once more for the final time. Hopefully she tells the fucking truth this time. I'm sick and tired of witnesses lying. The actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Spear. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. It's a spear. But if it all really was fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword? Spear. It's not... Fucking... That's a spear. Look at it. That's too short to be a fucking sword. It's either a spear or it's a dagger. How the fuck is that a sword? Fuck. I object to the continued calling of the armor's weapon a sword. It's not a fucking sword. Yeah. You're the only one who saw that. You were the only one who saw that, if only you had proof. Only I didn't lie several times, actually. I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? Me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving that picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. What? I don't remember receiving any picture from Lana. Well, I said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check the evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Evidence law. What? Where am I? What? Fucking. Open. How do I open a book? Ah, there's a bitch. Hey, there's a picture in here. Damn, I'm stupid. I thought she was flexing on me. Damn, that's gruesome. Oh. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw a crime scene like this. No other detective saw a crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Well, this picture is inserted into the court record. Crime scene photo taken from the case 2 years ago taken. Gasp, Mr. Wright, what is your fucking... if your goal is to... What? Why would you give me this? That piece cut out from his vest. Could that be... the cloth was found since... The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. I mean, that kind of proves that she did do it, then. What's this? It's a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It has fingerprints on it. There's fingerprints. Those must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints. They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning on purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. As long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Ah, shit. Right back to where we started. Very well, defense may now begin its cross-examination. The actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled in that suit on. I thought I was gonna fucking sneeze. Come now, Audrey, are you supposed to be having a meal? This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant, you already withdrew the testimony. What, now you want to make me out to be the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeit your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of noose tightening around your own neck. Edgeworth! Seriously, you alright? So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? Is this true, Mr. Wright? No, this is probably forged evidence. I'll show that piece of evidence now. Emma sure to be made out as a murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I have to do this too carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present the piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed... Shit. Yeah, I'm full health. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. Alright. The time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints have got to be the chief's. Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Fuck. It's a piece of leather cloth? It's not... Yeah, it looks like coming from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left off by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Wright was checked, haven't you? Or no, that's a... Well, who are they? They're Miss Skies. Miss Emma Skies. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See? I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. Contingency. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. No! No, no! Did I fuck up? Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana alone was found guilty. Oh, motherfucker! Well, fuck you! Fuck you, game! Alright, let's try that shit again. Fuck. February 25th, District Court. Now then, Vince Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand. It's gonna be fucking held in the fucking people shit, damn it. Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I was proud of you. This is why I keep using the walk, because I want to fucking sit through all this shit again. It happens like your sister. can't. Everything isn't it? Just when I got the only chance. I'll just use the walkthrough up until the point I was just at. I don't. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna save in the middle of this shit. I can. What the fuck am I been doing? Things I can't for years. I trade my fucking theory. Very good. Fuck. Shit. Alright, I'll be sure to save more often, folks. I'll do that shit. Go be a good boy! See, I thought with the handprint we were going to prove why it was fabricated afterwards. Like... Okay... I figured like, oh well, the patch has no blood on it, so it must have been wiped. Alright. Okay. Alright, objection. Back to the point where we're at. Shit. Objection! They're broken. There's no way any equipment can check on. Stairs. Puppet. No, I did it on my own. What if still smack down no against trans? Maybe right after all. I didn't mean right. So you do tell allies then. Alright. Miss Sky, please testify once more. If evidence is not okay with your back, but that was accidental killing. Marshall might also have been alive. Sky, if you will. Can't. Rid of him more. Alright, let's go damage. Truth. Very well. Justify. About what I really saw. Okay. Okay. Unbelievable. The body was a sort. Oh my god. I do have proof. Let's try this one. To me. First, we're going to do the counter at all. I don't remember receiving literature like that. Mom must have known. Seems to Wright. She really does have faith in you. Alright. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. Picture from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? Seen her ever getting something. Let's check out this again. Okay. Yeah, there's a picture in here. my, this is national crime scene. Oh, dude, it's not. What's this? Murderer. Let's see. Ah, shit. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can't just save this right here. Okay. Come now, Audrey. This is the worst useful trial I've seen. You can't. Return my defense. Let's wait for that. So what? You think I'm worried? So I disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. Someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse? Righto. Quiet about it. You try something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. It's true, Mr. Wright. This evidence now I'm assured to be made out to be his murderer. Mr. Wright, you have more evidence presented now. Should we conceal anything? You'll be appearing for more inquiries. Why do you now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? Well, that shows you really wasn't emotional. Shit. Cannot, Your Honor. I don't have any evidence that I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant, you opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. Oh, I get it. Because if I just show it outright, he'll deny that it was in his safe. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? Looks like part of it's been cut for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive, to be honest. I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Yeah, this... You're not supposed to just say no to shit. I know this is supposed to work. I had to use the walkthrough to get that. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. You were manipulating her. I knew Lana. I made it look like the blame lay with her sister. Then when she saw the evidence, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. Convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make the police cheat by dumb luck. This jar fragment. I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I don't know about that. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho ho ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Wright-o, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's chest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that being chief and all. It's a lot better at being better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Wright-o. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess it up here, victory is mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that showed who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. I don't want to fucking... Alright. Now that he's confessed to having... Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes. At least you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must be a strong impact for it to have left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forged? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Wright-o had all this time to present this evidence. If he was reluctant to do so, why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whose fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. person who these belong to is Emma? Emma Sky? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Because I'm a butthead. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. You still tried to pin the murder on me. Hang on, I want to do something real quick. So it's true, tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Grant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. I think it's the picture, right? Yep. See, it would have had blood on it. All the way the blood poured down. What exactly is that supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. I should have... This case is bullshit! I should have cleared this by myself without walkthrough, but it fucking makes me do this stupid shit. As long as no doubt were punctured, blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that's a piece of cloth. Has this weird head. Wait, there's no blood on it. I was gonna say! Fuck! Since Emma Scott's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she showed the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. Most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name in the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they A jar they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. You're the prosecutor, right? Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, it's a new animation. Oh, that was close, Wright. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Oh, finally someone brings that fact up. Order! Order! What nonsense is this? Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Isn't it that it can't be used in court at all? Let me fix my fucking model here real quick. Maybe this will work. Remember, Udgy? Earlier, old Wright over here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Wright-o? You have some conclusive evidence, don't you? I don't have any evidence from that time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. And not at the moment where it was attained through unlawful search. But that's not fair! Ho 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 ho! Did you actually think you could best me in this court? Looks like the last lap's on you, son. I'm afraid Miss Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True, the legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? Seems at last. Time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Fucking enlighten me, right? I'm not aware. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? You purposely and illegally concealed a piece of cloth? I did not. Alright, right. Because this is the wrong... This isn't... Okay. I admit I refuse to present it at the point. Huh, so the evidence is illegal. Why did I look at the fucking walkthrough? I could have figured that out. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence. No, Udgy, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Yeah, because it wasn't relevant to the current case. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at the point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the trial and case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. See, at this time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall? When was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. And the person who could have cut the only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be, Damon Gant. The killer was you. No. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That's a hell of a breakdown. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been swimming around the apartment, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, and yet he insists on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. The evidence is transferred. I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. Y'all remember Saw It? Remember that guy? Mr. Sawit? I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. A bloody handprint. It was in Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. Sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk? I broke your trunk. What's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Skye involved in all this? Well, she has as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, You left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in the way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me. We're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Audrey. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. Melodious sounds of a new beginning. You are going to get killed in prison. They will shank you. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, I am damn handsome. You see, Miss Sky? You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. Once the trial's over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. The time I had Gantz help me forge evidence up until today. But from the time I held Gantz to forge evidence. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Ah, she smiles. She's capable of that. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Damn, this whole fucking stream was one giant fucking trial. Miss Sky. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few years. Or was it days? A few days, okay. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. Which was nothing. Liar. Objection! It was definitely something. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. I mean, not really. I'm a prosecutor. I'm a prosecutor, and I've lost this case, essentially. So, in light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for us all. Miss Sky? Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for those crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? Because I'm not a murderer, idiot. It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial's gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Objection! Oh. Not guilty. Yay! Oh, fuck. Do I not have the fucking shit, I still need to fucking... I need to get that fucking hotkeyed. Alright. That's all. Let's go to the drone. February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Lobby, Defendant Lobby number 2. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? I really wish I had killed that man. Why the long face? Sorry, your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why me and Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. So damn. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. No, back here. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Damn it, I'm running around. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all the way for all duty. Top it off, you call me here. I've seen hired people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals, I'm only kidding. So are you fired or what? Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. Came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Hey! Get ready to have your fucking badges taken. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Ah, fuck, I'm fired. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Yep, those 3 fucking fancy schnazzy looking badges. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis, don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago. That day 2 years ago, I framed you for murder and made Damon take the fall. Dun dun dun. It's the first time in my life I ever panicked. It's all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis! I asked Ed to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? No, I did it for myself. Fuck you. I turned my back on you that day. In hiding when I believed you the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, you'll probably get murdered in prison. I mean, you're a prosecutor. You probably sent some of those fuckers there. I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Yeah, shut up, phone. Shut up, phone. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. God, I'm gonna be in trouble for all that fucking illegal shit I did. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because, in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from here that we can move on towards a brighter future. Or you can just never take accountability and end up like Gant. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth! Stop hiding and come over here. He was like, she was like underneath the fucking couch. Where was he hiding? Just slinking around, fucking ninja. I just came to say, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, that's another case that I've lost. Well, I'll be going now. I guess when you lose one, the next few hundred don't fucking faze you, now do they? Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. My head itches. My mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them, but in order to fight crime on my own, I needed a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Him and Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. They both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true. Think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. We were working together with Mr. Wright, even though I don't think you're fucking supposed to, but, yeah, fucking did. Because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? What? Oh, yeah. What's this, pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edward and I would have been able to find on our own. I think it's a screwdriver. Ah, fuck it. It's outside the trial. Who cares? It's a fucking walkthrough. Attorney badge. That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership. Huh? That's right. It seems you still have a lot to learn as well. That's one piece of evidence. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, you'll excuse me. There's still some loose ends. That's what it fucking told me to fucking do. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Whatever you do, just just remember. You can't let what happened kill the prosecutor in you. Or you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. And it's up to you. I know. It seems like you're my thanks too, right? My face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Fucking useless walker. I better be going too. Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon. Seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. So another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, well, I got shot. I guess I started a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? It's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, maybe okay. It may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright, here's the one that'll be footing the bill. Motherfucker! Huh? What, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? Huh? Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly felt like I wanted to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you go all the way? Why don't we all go pay it off together? Oh yeah, let's all pay it off together. Come on, guys. Let's go watch Mr. Wright get... Alright. Well, that's that business done. Fucking losing my money. I arranged for a friend of mine in New York to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair is pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find a way back to Phil somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Alright. Yikes. I thought I was a goner for a minute there. In the end, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If they penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yeah, that's what they'd say. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. God, this legal system fucking sucks. Art? My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance. Going today. I'll show them though. Someday it was... Alright. Sorry, then I can just look at Dick Gumshoe. Make a detective. Fuck. Of course that guy's gonna be fucking detective. Just like fucking Dick shit Gumshoe.
I crave the souls of the innocent. Their suffering is my feast.
Man, this is some weirdly shaped fingerprints. What is it? Can't you see I'm having a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Starr managed to sneak this in to me. She's been sneaking it. Now, cowboy, it looks like you did it. Even gave Bambita back there a smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? It's you again. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Good! I don't like you. A farewell gift. I put a new meal in the menu. The Right Way lunch. Oh god. Top layer tastes bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is the sweetest victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller on the exam. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. I'm sticking these damn lunches in my face. Don't forget what the young defense lawyer said at this trial. Let's see what his name was again. Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Anyway, well, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be. Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, I gotta go. Ah, it's her again. Nothing soothes a soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Miss Maya, afternoon training is about to begin. Coming. I'll see you around, Nick. Fucking package delivered. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. What's going on? Mr. Edgeworth is getting moited! Brusa, Mina Mazuaka, Executive Producer, Tatsuma Mina. Alright, we're about 12 minutes over. Hurry up. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Never want to see Lana? All I have to do is open this book. Falls onto the tracks. Oh god, I gotta fucking investigate this shit. Ah, look at him. Look at the hat penis. Look at their hat penis. Alright, episode 5. Next time we'll be doing episode 6. Maybe we'll get to do Cyclops, because that's kind of what I'm wanting to try and do. Alright. Make sure I... Oh, this was an extra one. Alright, so this one. Alright, next time we're starting on Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. See you fucking knuckleheads later.